Arizona, John Rust with you as we get set for another KYCA basketball doubleheader live stream tonight. Bradshaw Mountain girls and boys, they have both got challenges ahead of them as they take on the top school in the Grand Canyon region, that is Coconino. The visiting Panthers come into tonight's girls contest with a record of 14-6. Meanwhile, Bradshaw Mountain, they are 8-12 overall on the season. Most importantly, looking at those Grand Canyon region standings, Coconino, they are 5-1 they are 5-1, second place in the region. Flagstaff, they sit atop the region at 6-0. Bradshaw Mountain, meanwhile, they are tied for third place in the region with Prescott. Both the Badgers and Bears coming in with 3-3 records. Starting lineups being announced for both Coconino and Bradshaw. And for the Lady Bears, looks like it'll be the usual starters. Peyton Bradshaw out there along with Sierra Woolley. Also Macy Fournier, Kendall Newton, and Casey Clinton. All getting the start for Bradshaw Mountain tonight. Elise Palmer, she'll be starting for Coconino along with Kiana Manuelito, Winter Husky, Marley David, and Mahala Long. So those are your starters. Winter Husky, she is going to be one to keep an eye on. Husky, this is going to be her third game on the varsity with Coconino. If you're wondering why only 3 games this far into the season, well, she is a transfer from Tuba City High School, and it was only about a little over a week ago that Husky became eligible to play for the Panthers. Mahala Long and Sierra Woolley in the tip-off circle, and Bradshaw Mountain wins the ball to get things going here in the girls' game. Newton over on the far side. Bradshaw in the white, Coconino in the black. Peyton Bradshaw near corner, moving in. Kicks it out to Fournier. Now Fournier moving in through traffic. Tried to get the pass. And that ball was knocked away by Kiana Manuelito. Sierra Woolley will take it out for Bradshaw Mountain. Bouncer over to Peyton Bradshaw through traffic. Goes up, comes back down without going to the hoop, but Sierra Woolley gets the rebound. Flings it over to Clinton. Clinton for 3, no good. And Coconino comes up with the ball. Elise Palmer has it. Pass the half-court line. Now the pass over to number 20, Winter Husky. 3-point attempt, no good. Coconino, Long gets the rebound for a moment, then Bradshaw gets the ball back. Here comes Newton. Newton inside, bounces over to Fournier, to Bradshaw. Bradshaw thought about a 3, now kicks it back out to Fournier. Over to Woolley. Woolley coming inside, double teamed. Now to Newton. Passes it over to Clinton. Clinton rolls it over to Woolley at the baseline, taking the shot. Hits off the rim, no good, but Bradshaw gets the rebound and then gets it over to Newton. Bears passing it around right now. Woolley near corner. In the paint, taking the shot. It's good. Nice little sideways shot there by Sierra Woolley for the first points of the game. And it's 2-zip Bradshaw Mountain. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Coconino with the ball. 3-pointer, and that one is good for Winter Husky. Bradshaw back down the court. Newton tried to go up for the shot and gets called for traveling. Looked like she got stuck halfway between going for a shot, going for a pass. That'll turn the ball back over to the Panthers. Kiana Manuelito gets that one over to Palmer. Palmer at the far side. Now bouncer over to Manuelito. At the baseline, taking the shot, and it's good! And that is number 21, Marley David, putting it in, making it 5-2 Panthers. Woolley bouncing on the inside, stolen by Mahala Long. Long bounces that one over to David. David in the paint, taking the shot, no good. Rebound by Long, and Long puts it back for two. 7-2 in favor of Coconino. 5:36 to go in the first quarter. Woolley going for three. Off the backboard, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? It's going to be Woolley. And a bouncer on the inside, but there is a whistle on the play. And it looks like Winter Husky going to get called for the foul. Husky just a sophomore for Coconino, as Peyton Bradshaw inbounds for the Bears with 5:26 remaining in the first quarter. 7-2 Coconino. Newton moving inside, passes it off to Fournier. And Fournier gets called for traveling, as right in her back pocket was Winter Husky. Which I'm just going to say right now, it's got to be one of the coolest sports names out there, Winter Husky. Speaking of which, she has the ball right now. And Husky going for three. No good, off the backboard. However, the Panthers get the rebound, but throwing it away as soon as she got the ball was Elise Palmer. Goes out of bounds. Bradshaw takes it out near her own bench, gives it over to Kendall Newton. Bouncer on the inside. Woolley has it. David right behind her. Bounce pass on the inside. And now stolen by the Panthers. Husky gets that one over to Manuelito. Long pass to David. David reels it in at the near corner. Now to Manuelito. Husky going for three. No good. Battle for the rebound, and Kendall Newton comes up with it for Bradshaw. Coming down the far side. Bounce pass on the inside, but the ball gets away from Fournier and Clinton before they can snag it. So turnover there on Bradshaw's part, as Kiana Manuelito will take it out for the Panthers. Last year, an all Grand Canyon Region first team selection, as well as Region Defensive Player of the Year, Kiana Manuelito. Back to Husky. Bouncer on the inside to David. She turns, she shoots, and she scores! Marilee David. And right now, Coconino on a 9-0 run against Bradshaw, as they're up 9-2. Bradshaw over to Ellie Bennett. She goes in the paint, passes to Bradshaw. The shot off the rim, no good. But getting the rebound and not getting the basket is Fournier. Bennett fighting for the rebound. But it looks like they're going to give possession to Coconino with 3:53 remaining in the first quarter. 9-2 Coconino. Palmer past the half-court line. Chucks it over to Winter Husky. Now lobs it over to Manuelito. Bounce on the inside of David. She gets it to Palmer, going for three. No good. And goes right in the hands of Casey Clinton. Now to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw past the half-court line. Now Bradshaw at the baseline, taking the shot. Up and through the hoop it goes for Peyton Bradshaw. 9-4. Bears down by 5 with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Long pass to Husky. Pass on the inside of Davis. She turns, she shoots. No good, and Peyton Bradshaw grabs the rebound. Over to Woolley. The top two rebounders on this Bradshaw team, Bradshaw and Woolley. Jumper by Clinton, and Clinton buries it for two. 9-6. Bradshaw starting to catch up here with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. Manuelito over to Husky. At the top of the key. Trying to get around Fournier. Now gets it over to Manuelito. She comes inside. Dishes it off on the inside to Long. Loses the ball. Stolen by Fournier. Now the pass to Clinton. Clinton, long pass to Bennett. Bennett turns, makes the catch. Bradshaw for three. No good. But Casey Clinton gets the rebound and puts it in for two. Making it 9-8 in favor of Coconino. 2:05 to go in the first quarter. David, double teamed. Able to get that one to Manuelito. Jumper off the backboard. Rebound by the Bears. Macy Fournier. Now a bouncer to Ellie Bennett for three. It's good! Ellie Bennett sinking the three and giving the Bears the 11-9 lead. $1:40 to go in the first quarter. And it looked like Coconino was about to run away with it as a half pass, half shot by Palmer goes for naught. And Palmer, who gets her own rebound, gets called for traveling. I'll tell you what, it looked like for a while here, this could have been a runaway game in favor of Coconino, but give the Lady Bears credit as they have battled back from a 9-2 deficit to take an 11-9 lead. So that means the Bears have now gone on a 9-0 run. Wow, I actually did that math in my head fairly quickly. I'm impressed with myself. Bradshaw in the paint, taking the jumper, no good. Rebound by Manuelito, and here come the Panthers. Chucks that one over to Ashley. Now on the inside, Manuelito off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound, Manuelito comes up with it. Now the jumper for three, off the backboard, no good by Brianna Jensen. Bradshaw with the ball for Bradshaw. 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Peyton Bradshaw in the paint, taking the shot. And Bradshaw runs into one of the Coconino players. And that is Marilee David, who's going to get called for the foul. And up to the free throw line goes Peyton Bradshaw. The lone senior on this Bradshaw Mountain team, averaging just under 7 points per game. And does not connect on the first free throw. Bradshaw shooting 67% from the stripe. Next shot on the way by Bradshaw. And that one does not get the good bounce. But Shannon Moore gets the rebound, and Shannon Moore gets the bucket. 13-9 Bradshaw. Manuelito thought about a three. Now moves inside through traffic. Takes the running shot. No good, and the ball bounces out of bounds. Possession Bradshaw Mountain with 35 ticks left to go in the first quarter. As Kaylee Hillig checks into the game for the Bears, and she will inbound. Pass to Bennett. The freshman at the near corner, pinned into the near corner by Jensen. And timeout had to be called by Coach Haltom as Ellie Bennett just could not find anyone to pass to, could not get that over her defender. 27 ticks left to go in the first quarter. 13-9 the score in favor of Bradshaw Mountain. And this is the second meeting between these two teams this season. First one came back on December 20th. And that was a 66-57 victory for the Panthers. So, pretty close game the first time these two teams met. Yeah, it's a close game again, at least so far. Bennett with the ball for the Bears. Pass intercepted by Kaylin Ashley. And now a jumper. And that one is good. 2 points for number 10, Kaylin Ashley. Now the loose ball, and that one will bounce into the Bradshaw Mountain bench. Ellie Bennett will inbound with 8 seconds left to go. 13-11, Bears up by 2. She gets that one into Newton. Newton runs past the half-court line, into the paint. Bouncer that goes past Ellie Bennett, or excuse me, Kaylee Hillig, I mean. Ball touched by a Coconino player, so Hillig will inbound with 1.6 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Hillig just gets it in time, but it's intercepted by Jensen. Buzzer sounds before Jensen can get off a desperation shot. So that'll do it for the first quarter of play, and what a quarter it was. Bradshaw Mountain with a 13-11 lead over Coconino. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Whew, it's a new year, and with that comes great expectations. This is Steve Seshka with Olson's for Healthy Animals. Good nutrition cures a lot of ills and keeps healthy pets and barnyard buddies at their very best. We at Olson's do more than just sell food and supplies. We provide peace of mind. We're always there to answer your questions and are partners with you to enhance your animal experience. We also think that when you shop, you're not just here to get a bag of food. More and more of you want to add brick and mortar to your shopping experience because doing business in a place like Olson's expands your community connection. Here at Olson's, we think local, we speak local, and we care local. And you're not just doing business locally, you're doing business with locals. We do things like feed all the law enforcement canines in Yavapai and Coconino counties for free because we know that budgets are tight. We're Olson's for Healthy Animals in Chino, Prescott, Dewey, Flagstaff, and Clarkdale, where since 1979, good enough just isn't.
Welcome back to Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you. Second quarter of action about to begin. Bradshaw Mountain with a slim 13-11 lead over Coconino. Shannon Moore had the ball, now gets it over to Woolley. Kendall Newton being guarded by Ashley. Bouncer over to Woolley. Pass on the inside to Clinton, rolls off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Who's going to come up with it? Now they're going to say jump ball. Shannon Moore battling with Kaylin Ashley for that ball. It'll be Coconino possession. Manuelito inbounds to Ashley. Pass on the inside to Sagani. And now stolen away by Bradshaw. Sierra Woolley almost traveled. And now able to get it over to Clinton. Clinton down the near side. Bouncer over to Kaylee Hillig. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Coconino. Macy Fournier into the game. She will spell Kaylee Hillig, the sophomore. And Sierra Woolley to inbound for the Bears. Bouncer to Clinton, off the glass, off the rim, and no good. And it looks like we're going to get a push called against Bradshaw Mountain. Foul against Shannon Moore. Coconino with the ball. Ashley has it, coming past the half-court line. 7:07 to go in the second quarter, 13-11, Bradshaw. Manuelito over to Ashley. Now back to Ashley. Pass over to Manuelito, going for three. No good off the glass. And Casey Clinton comes up with the rebound for the Bears. Down the near side. Clinton taking the shot through traffic. No good. Coconino gets the rebound. Tiana Chi with it. Now Manuelito with the shot. No good. Ball out of bounds. It will be Bradshaw possession. Kendall Newton to inbound near the cheerleading squad. Bounce on the inside to Woolley. Now back to Newton. Newton through traffic, able to get it over to Woolley. Long pass to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw getting around a defender. Tried to get the pass over to, it looked like Fournier. However, the ball skips past her out of bounds, so it'll be Coconino possession. Tiana Chi taking it out and gets that one over to Kaylin Ashley. Still 13-11 Bradshaw. 6:14 to go in the second quarter. Chi. Now over to Manuelito. Bouncer to Ashley. Now the jumper by Manuelito. That hits off the glass. No good. Rebound by Fournier. Gets it over to Woolley. Loses the ball. Then picks it back up and bounces it to Fournier. Fournier going down the near side. And knocked into by Kaylin Ashley. And she's going to pick up the foul for Coconino. Foul count so far in this game. 3 for the Panthers. Just 1 for the Bears here in the first half. As Peyton Bradshaw inbounds to Newton. Now to Bradshaw, and Bradshaw trying to make a one-handed catch. Couldn't haul it in, and the ball bounces into the Coconino bench. Winter Husky inbounds to Ashley. As Ashlyn Rushton gets ready to check into the game for Bradshaw. Failed three-point attempt by the Panthers, but getting the ball and right under the basket is Sagani, and she puts it in for two. All tied up 13-13. Newton in the paint, taking the running shot. No good. Rebound by Shannon Moore. Now over to Fournier. Bradshaw trying to get around her defender. Bounces it over to Newton at the far corner. And Newton gets called for. So that'll be foul against Bradshaw. It actually looks like it's going to be away from the play. It looks like that'll be against Shannon Moore. And for Moore, that's her second of the game. And now here come the Bears. The Panthers. Husky going for the running shot off the glass. No good. Rebound by Rushton. Now over to Woolley. Woolley flying down the court in the paint through traffic, taking the shot, and Woolley gets fouled as she goes up for the shot. Off to the free throw line goes Sierra Woolley, and she'll try to unbreak this tie. 13-13 our score. Woolley shooting 55% from the stripe this year. Misses on that one. Bradshaw Mountain now 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. And Woolley looking to erase the O with her second shot. That one falls through. Bears back on top, 14-13. Here come the Panthers as traveling is called on Husky. And Husky, I think, kind of looked around saying, what? I traveled? How did I do that? So it will be Bradshaw Mountain ball with 4:53 to go in the first half. 14-13 Bears. Woolley to inbound. And gets that one to Fournier. Fournier almost traveled. In fact, the Coconino bench calling for a travel and delayed travel call by the official. So the ball back in Panther hands. Kaylin Ashley inbounds that one to Husky. She lobs that one over to number 23, Alexis Scott. Long shot and no good. Ball bounces into the cheerleaders, and it will be Bradshaw to inbound the ball for Bradshaw. Okay, correction on that. Kendall Newton will instead inbound for Bradshaw Mountain. Lobs that one to Peyton Bradshaw through traffic, and now Peyton Bradshaw gets called for a travel as she ran into a couple of Coconino players. Kiana Manuelito will inbound for the Panthers with 4:34 to go in the second quarter. 14-13 Bradshaw Mountain. She fires that one inside. Long has it. Kicks that one out to Scott. Coconino works it around. Bounce pass on the inside. Long has it. Goes for a reverse layup. No good. Rebound. Bounces around about 2 or 3 pairs of hands before going out of bounds. And they're going to say the last one to touch it was a Coconino player, so Peyton Bradshaw inbound in front of the Bradshaw Mountain cheerleaders. Bouncer to Sierra Woolley. And now to Bradshaw on the far side. Kendall Newton with it, double teamed. Gets that one over to Peyton Bradshaw, driving the paint, taking the shot, no good. Rebound by Fournier, she puts it up, still no good. And the ball loose and rolls out of bounds before Winter Husky can pick it up. And it'll be possession Bradshaw with 4:06 to go in the second quarter. 14-13 Bears. A low-scoring second quarter as Bradshaw bounces that one right into the hands of Winter Husky. Long pass over to Ashley. Now she gets that one to Manuelito with the jumper from the inside. Off the glass, no good. But with the rebound is Coconino. They can't put it in. Woolley gets the ball. Now Fournier. Pass intercepted by Alexis Scott. And now we get a foul called before Coconino can get the shot off. And it looks like Macy Fournier will pick up the foul for Bradshaw. Team third, her first, as Kiana Manuelito takes it out. Ball knocked away, and running that one down is Ashley. A backcourt violation called, and it will be Bradshaw possession. Peyton Bradshaw to take it out with 3:37 left to go in the second quarter, as it seems like we can't go more than 10, 11 seconds without the ball getting knocked out of bounds. Over to Woolley. Now back to Peyton Bradshaw. Thought about a long three. Now from the far corner. Kicks it out to Fournier. Fournier for the jumper. Oh, man, and traveling called. And how many traveling calls have we seen here in the first half? So between all the calls and between all the balls going out of bounds, the pace here in the second quarter of this game has really, really slowed down. So it's Coconino possession. Winter Husky with it, taking it down the near side. And the pass intercepted by Newton. Now a bouncer to Ellie Bennett. Double teamed, and Bennett travels. Two players in front of Bennett. And, well, she had that little stutter step, and that cost her. And tell you what, from her facial expression, her body language, it looked like Ellie Bennett just wanted to slam the ball down in frustration. She did not, however. Husky with the ball for Coconino. Gets it over to Manuelito. Pass on the inside. Ashley has it. Kicks it out to Husky. Going for three. Off the rim. No good. Husky gets her own rebound. Falls through traffic. Ball loose. Manuelito picks it up. Running shot. And that one no good. Rebound by Casey Clinton. And Clinton loses the ball to Ashley. Now Ashley loses the ball. Bouncer to Husky. Husky off the glass. No good. Clinton gets the rebound. And Clinton double teamed. And just throws the ball away. And Casey Clinton looking really frustrated that she just couldn't get that ball around the double team. Still 14-13 here in the second quarter. 2:45 left to play. As we have a foul called. And that will be against Fournier, or correction, that will be against Casey Clinton, her first of the night. Coconino with the ball. Husky, and the pass intercepted by Bennett, and the ball gets away from her and picked up by Palmer, and now block called against Kendall Newton. As again, we can't seem to go more than 5 or 6 seconds without the action in this game coming to a halt. Well, for this quarter, Bradshaw Mountain has only scored 1 point. Coconino has scored 2. But again, with the stop and start action, kind of hard to get any kind of rhythm and momentum going for either team. Bouncer over to Long. Long trying to get around Bradshaw. Now a long pass to Winter Husky. Husky goes for three. It's good. Winter Husky with her second tray tonight, and Coconino's up 16-14. Newton racing toward the basket, and Newton going up for the shot, but she gets fouled. And it looks like it is going to be Elise Palmer who picks up the foul for Coconino. Actually, they're going to say that was on the floor, so inbound for Bradshaw. Clinton, long pass over to Newton with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Woolley moves inside, in the paint, through traffic. No good. Woolley gets her own rebound. Tries to shoot it through traffic again. Doesn't get the good roll. Coconino grabs the rebound. Ashley almost loses the ball. Now a long pass. Knocked away by Clinton, but Coconino recovers. Manuelito. Pass along the baseline. Long goes up for the shot. Denied. Woolley gets the ball. Woolley loses the ball. Manuelito gets the ball. She shoots. No good. Woolley gets the ball again and a whistle on the play. And it looks like Kiana Manuelito getting called for a foul as they tried to double team Woolley. Quite a bit of in-your-face defense exhibited by both teams tonight. 16-14 the score here in the second quarter. Coconino on top. Peyton Bradshaw tried to bounce that one over to Woolley. That goes out of bounds. Looked like went off the body of Elise Palmer. And now Newton will inbound for the Bears. To Woolley. Now back to Newton. Long pass to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw with an opening in the paint. Kicks it out to Clinton. Clinton getting around the defense. Taking a shot. No good. Clinton tries for the rebound. Long gets it for Coconino. Now Ashley down the far side. Turns. Passes it off to Manuelito. To Husky. Now back to Ashley near the top of the key. Husky has it. Long pass to Ashley. Ashley thought about a three. Now moving toward the baseline. Through a double team. Can't get around Woolley or Bradshaw. Bounces it. Long tried to snag it. She couldn't get it before it goes out of bounds. And it's Bradshaw ball with 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bouncer to Woolley. Now back to Newton. Newton looking to make her move. Now the pass to Peyton Bradshaw, who goes for three. In and out of the basket. Talk about a big-time rejection. Now a three from Coconino, and that one is good from Kaylin Ashley. 19-14. Coconino on top. Loose ball. Husky picks it up on the far side. Pass to Ashley. Now back to Husky with 20 seconds left to go. Husky backing out. Pass on the inside of Manuelita. Now to Palmer for three. No good. And Peyton Bradshaw gets the rebound with 8 seconds to go. Bradshaw past the half-court line. Runs into Husky. Husky with a lead pass to Ashley. Now to Husky. Husky goes up off the glass. It's good. Winter Husky getting the good bounce as time expires in the second quarter. So we head into halftime. Our score, Coconino 21, Bradshaw Mountain 14. We'll take a 10-minute break here for our halftime. We'll be back with the third quarter of action from Bradshaw Mountain High School. Again, this is John Rust. Thank you very much for joining us here on the KYCA live stream of Bradshaw Mountain Basketball. We will return after this.
Weichert Realtor CLA is painting the town yellow. Hi, this is Colleen McElmel, the owner and broker for Weichert Realtor CLA. Do you have a 2020 vision of selling your home and moving into your new dream home, or downsizing to a more simple, all-that-you-need home? Weichert Realtor CLA has a team backed by a 50-year proven selling system to make your vision a reality. Our selling system is unique and effective. We recently sold a home with multiple offers in one day during an open house. And when you go with Weichert Realtor CLA, we offer in-house loan applications, escrow, and notary services available to make the process as simple and painless as possible. And if you're a veteran or first responder, Weichert Realtor CLA offers a 10% discount to thank you for your service. Interest rates are low and the market is hot. Let's make your 2020 vision a reality. Call 499-2244. That's Weichert Realtor CLA at 499-2244. We sell more because we do more. Look for the bright yellow signs.
And welcome back to Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you here for another KYCA.info live stream of Bradshaw Mountain basketball. It's 21-14, Coconino on top to start things off here in the second half. So far, Winter Husky leading the way point-wise for Coconino with 8 points. Over on the Bradshaw Mountain side, 4 points for Casey Clinton. She is their leading scorer as Peyton Bradshaw will inbound for the Bears. And it looks like we're in for another close matchup between these two squads who met last month. Coconino coming away victors in that one. Bradshaw trying to get around Long. Now cut off ball stolen by David. And now here comes Long for Coconino. Try to get it over to Palmer. She gets it before it goes out of bounds. Pass intercepted by Fournier. And she throws the ball away. Well, almost threw the ball away. Now, actually, I thought for a second that Palmer touched it before it went out of bounds. She did not, so it is still Coconino possession. Manuelito with it. Bounce pass on the inside to Long. Now to David. Turns, shoots, no good. And here comes Bradshaw. Fournier flying down the far side over to Newton. Now Newton trying to make her move, cut off by Palmer. Now turns, runs into the paint. To Fournier. Pass to Bradshaw, guarded by Long. She goes to the basket, running shot, no good. Rebound come up with by Clinton. She puts up the shot and Clinton sinks it for 2. 21-16, Bradshaw down by 5. David trying to get through a triple team, bounces it over to Manuelito. She loses the ball, stolen by Newton. Newton running to the basket. Husky right behind her. Newton with the hook shot, it's good! Kendall Newton for 2, her first 2 of the night. And it's a 3-point game, 21-18 Coconino. Bouncer over to Husky. Manuelito with the jumper, no good. Fournier snags the rebound, gets it over to Newton. Newton down the far side. Guarded by Palmer. Now Newton into the paint, bounces it over to Fournier. Shot, no good off the glass. Winter Husky picks it up, almost stolen by Woolley. Now to Manuelito. Thought about a 3, now Husky has it on the far side, guarded by Clinton. Now Fournier moving in. Loose ball, Palmer gets it. And it looks like Clinton going to get called for a foul as she bumped into Winter Husky from behind. Second foul tonight for Clinton, the sophomore. And Coconino has the ball with 5:57 to go in the second quarter. David turning, trying to get the shot off. Good block there by Sierra Woolley. Now a bouncer to Newton. She snags it. Inside, the jumper, and skips off the glass, no good. Winter Husky has it. Long throw to David. She makes the good catch. Hands it off to Manuelito for 3. Hits off the rim, no good, and out of bounds goes the ball. Bradshaw Mountain possession with 5:34 to go in the third quarter. 21-18. Lady Bears trail by 3. Lob over to Clinton, but intercepted by Coconino. Long. She tried to get the pass over to David, and it almost took off the head of Bradshaw Mountain football coach Chuck Moeller. And Coach Moeller was on his phone there. Coach, got to pay a little more attention when you're here in the gym. Now Clinton has it for Bradshaw. Over to Newton. Newton getting around Husky. Now on the inside, through traffic, another hook shot. That one does not fall through. Manuelito gets it for the Panthers. Pass to Husky. Husky moving inside. Dishes it off to Long. Now the pass on the inside, stolen by the Bears. That's Ellie Bennett. Bennett into the paint. Now turns. Pass inside to Bradshaw. Bradshaw turns, shoots, no good, but Bradshaw got fouled. And she will be going up to the free throw line with 4:58 to go in the third quarter. Bears trail 21-18. Foul against Elise Palmer, her second of the night. Peyton Bradshaw just 2 points tonight, 0 for 2 from the stripe. Now 1 for 3. as that pulls the Bears to within 2 of the Panthers, 21-19. Mass substitutions for Coconino as Bradshaw gets ready for her second shot. We got ourselves a 1-point game thanks to Peyton Bradshaw's free throw shooting. It's 21-20. And that pass by Scott goes off the side of Clinton and out of bounds. I guess some impromptu defense there on the part of Casey Clinton as Alexis Scott will inbound for the Panthers. On the inside to Ashley, through the defense, knocked away by Woolley. I think they're going to say Woolley actually got a piece of Kaylin Ashley, and that will send her to the free throw line. First foul of the night for Woolley. And Ashley hits the first one. 6 points tonight for Kaylin Ashley, the senior. And that one is good too. As timeout called by Coconino, 30-second timeout. 23-20 is the score. Bradshaw Mountain down by 3 to Coconino. As Coach Martin Reyes chats things over with his players. Looking at the state PowerPoint rankings, I'll tell you what, things are pretty much bunched up in the 20s when it comes to the Grand Canyon region teams. You have Mojave at number 23, Prescott at number 24, Bradshaw Mountain at number 25. So all 3 of those teams fighting for their playoff lives right now. The top 24 teams do get into the postseason. Flagstaff and Coconino, however, looking pretty good for their postseason hopes. Flagstaff at number 6, Coconino 14 in the PowerPoints. And of course, whoever wins the region automatically gets into the postseason. Newton trying to get around Ashley. Pass over to Woolley on the far side. Now a bouncer to Bennett. Bennett moving into the baseline. Dishes it off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw off the glass. No good. Coconino gets the rebound. Ashley has it. Ashley directing traffic. Bouncer on the inside. And that ball knocked away by Bradshaw Mountain before Charity Sagani could get it. Now Scott to inbound for the Panthers. Long pass over to Ashley. Now to Scott. Scott trying to get around Clinton. Almost traveled with it. Now Ashley has it with 4:17 to go in the third quarter. It's 23-20 Coconino. Tiana Chi. Now Ashley. Chi with it again. Scott going for 3. Misses the basket, but Chi keeps it. Well, almost kept it in bounds. Just a little too late there for Tiana Chi. Bradshaw possession. Peyton Bradshaw on the near side. Long pass to Casey Clinton. Clinton trying to get around her defender. Now over to Newton. Newton being guarded by Chi. Now Newton breaks the defense. Over to Bradshaw for 3. No good. Clinton trying to get the rebound, but it's picked up by Scott. And here come the Panthers. Ashley thought about a 3. Passes to Scott. Now Scott goes for the 3. Off the rim. And trying to keep it in bounds was Kiara Manuelito, who I assume is the sister of Kiana Manuelito. So Bradshaw possession. Bradshaw inbounding to Clinton. Now the pass to Peyton Bradshaw. Cross-court pass over to Newton. Newton running into the paint, and I think Newton got pushed heading toward the paint. And it looks like it's going to be Alexis Scott who picks up the foul for the Panthers. That'll be her first of the night. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. It's 23-20 Coconino. Scott coming out of the game. Kendall Newton to inbound for the Bears. To Bradshaw. She goes for three, and it's good! Peyton Bradshaw nailing the three and tying the score. 23-23. 3:17 left to go in the third quarter. Timeout called. And a full timeout taken, so let's take a timeout of our own here. 23-23, 3:17 to go in the third quarter. Back after this.
When it comes to protecting your home from damage caused by faulty gutters, make the wise choice. Call Arizona Seamless Gutters. Don't waste money on gutters that might not stand Arizona's harsh weather. Hello friends, this is Travis Stedman, owner of Arizona Seamless Gutters. We have gutters in all price ranges and gutter accessories including gutter covers and rain barrels. Our custom gutters are better than factory because they are tailor-made for your home. Call 778-1818 for a free estimate. Arizona Seamless Gutters, quality products, people, and service you can count on.
And welcome back to Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you here. 23-23 is our score. All tied up thanks to Peyton Bradshaw's 22nd three-pointer of the season. Bradshaw Mountain looking to rebound from last Wednesday's loss at the hands of Thunderbird. 46-38 the final in that one. Bradshaw Mountain, in fact, they are 2-2 in the month of January. Coconino, meanwhile, after their loss to Flagstaff on Friday, that snapped a 5-game winning streak for them. So they're looking to get back on track. Panthers with the ball. Ashley on the inside to Sagani. She shoots. No good. Now to Ashley. Ashley thought about a three. Bouncer over to Manuelito. The shot. In and out of the basket. Almost went back in. But Coconino gets the rebound. Loose ball. Stolen by Ellie Bennett. Bennett under double team. Still able to get it over to Sierra Woolley. And here come the Bears with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Peyton Bradshaw with it. Bradshaw moving inside. Bouncer over to Newton. Now to Bennett. Bennett trying to turn. Trying to get away from the defender, Chi. Able to get it over to Woolley on the other side of the court. And whoa! Looked like we had a little bit of a shove there. So a foul going to get called. Actually, it's going to be against Peyton Bradshaw. She picks up her first foul of the night. As things getting a wee bit physical here in this game with 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. All tied up 23-23. Manuelito with the pass inside. Now Sagani gets the ball, and Sagani off the glass and through the hoop for two. 25-23 Coconino. Bounce pass to Woolley. Now to Bradshaw. Bradshaw to Clinton. All by herself under the basket, and Casey Clinton with the bucket for two, and we're tied at 25-25. $1:54 to go in the third quarter. Bouncer to Manuelito, going for the three. Hits off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Kendall Newton. Coming down the near side, double teamed. Newton inside, hook shot, rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Clinton and intercepted by Ashley. Long pass to Manuelito. Manuelito for three. It's good. Kiana Manuelito for three, and that's her first bucket of the night, making it 28-25 Panthers. Here comes Newton on the inside. Bouncer to Clinton. Clinton up off the glass, rolls off the rim, but Clinton gets her own rebound, and this time she puts it in for two. 28-27, Bradshaw down by one. 1:05 to go in the third quarter. Chi with it for the Panthers. Back to Manuelito. Back to Chi. Bouncer over to Ashley. Now Chi with it. Coconino just working the ball around. Now Sagani on the inside with the jumper. Through the hoop it goes. Charity Sagani. And she has 6 points tonight for Coconino. It's 30-27 Panthers. Newton racing down the near side. And a whistle on the play, and it looks like Kiana Manuelito going to pick up the foul for Coconino. Manuelito averaging just under 13 points coming into this game. However, Bradshaw Mountain, kudos to their defense. They've held her to 3 so far tonight. Speaking of Manuelito, that's her second foul of the game. There's a bit of a delay here as we got to wipe up some moisture from the court before Peyton Bradshaw inbounds the ball for Bradshaw. To Newton. Now back to Bradshaw. Thought about a 3. Now moving inside. Kicks it out to Clinton with the jumper. Off the rim, no good. Who's going to get the rebound? It's going to be Coconino. Manuelito. Long pass. Intercepted by Clinton. Clinton to Newton. Lead pass. All by herself. Under the basket with the shot. It's good. Kendall Newton for 2 off the steal. And it's 30-29. Bradshaw down by 1. And the ball off the fingers of Husky. Out of bounds, and Bradshaw will inbound with under 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Sierra Woolley coming into the game to replace Shannon Moore for Bradshaw. Bradshaw, long pass out to Woolley at the far side. Pass stolen by Husky, the long 3. Off the backboard, no good. And now another shot, no good by Kiara Manuelito as the horn sounds. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play. With the score, Coconino 30, Bradshaw Mountain 29 in one heck of a Grand Canyon region battle. Break time here, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
Weikert Realtor CLA is painting the town yellow. Hi, this is Colleen McElmel, the owner and broker for Weikert Realtor CLA. Do you have a 2020 vision of selling your home and moving into your new dream home, or downsizing to a more simple, all-that-you-need home? Weikert Realtor CLA has a team backed by a 50-year proven selling system to make your vision a reality. Our selling system is unique and effective. We recently sold a home with multiple offers in one day during an open house. And when you go with Weikert Realtor CLA, we offer in-house loan applications, escrow, and notary services, available to make the process as simple and painless as possible. And if you're a veteran or first responder, Weikert Realtor CLA offers a 10% discount to thank you for your service. Interest rates are low and the market is hot. Let's make your 2020 vision a reality. Call 499-2244. That's Weikert Realtor CLA at 499-2244. We sell more because we do more. Look for the bright yellow signs.
Back here at Bradshaw Mountain High School, John Rust with you. Fourth quarter about to get underway with Coconino up by 1, 30-29 over Bradshaw Mountain. Ashley with the ball on the inside, kicks it out to Husky for 3. Off the rim, no good, rebounded by Kendall Newton. Newton past the half-court line, bounces over to Peyton Bradshaw. Bradshaw running toward the baseline, through traffic, bouncer to Clinton with the jumper. Skips off the rim, no good. Woolley grabs the rebound. Woolley gets knocked around, no foul called. And Coach Rick Haltom can't believe there was no foul there. Coconino with the ball, Manuelito through traffic, off the glass, it's good! Nice shot by Kiana Manuelito. Through a double team, making it 32-29 Coconino. Woolley bounce pass over to Ellie Bennett. Now to Clinton with the jumper. No good, and into the hands of Husky. Pass to Ashley. Going for the shot. No good. Rebound by Casey Clinton. Over to Ellie Bennett. Bennett past the half-court line. Guarded by Husky. Peyton Bradshaw hands that one off to Kendall Newton. Pass to Woolley. Guarded by Husky. Woolley turns. Husky all over her. Now Woolley kicks it out to Ellie Bennett. Bennett moving in, taking the shot off the glass. No good. Loose ball. Kendall Newton gets it for 3. Off the rim. And that one is going to go out of bounds before Sierra Woolley can track it down. And Coconino will inbound near the Bradshaw Mountain bench with 6:33 to go in the fourth quarter. 32-29 Coconino. Husky with it. Bouncer over to Manuelito for three. It's good! And now Kiana Manuelito, who's been quiet most of the night, is heating up her second tray of the second half. 35-29, Coco. Sierra Woolley at the Bear logo, bounces it over to Newton. Newton moving inside, into the paint. Gets it over to Clinton with the jumper, no good. And with the putback is Sierra Woolley. 5 points tonight for Woolley, making it 35-31. Bradshaw down by 4. Winter Husky with the ball. To Manuelito. Pass over to Ashley at the far corner, trying to get around the Bradshaw defense. Now shot by Long, off the backboard, no good. Woolley gets the rebound and gets it over to Newton. Newton bouncer over to Ellie Bennett. Bounces it back to Newton. Bradshaw going for three. It's good! Peyton Bradshaw nailing a three. And it's a 1 point game, 35-34. Bradshaw down by 1 with 5:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Winter Husky has the ball to Manuelito. She goes for a three, and she nails the three. And traveling called against Peyton Bradshaw. She was bringing the ball down court. 3 trays for Manuelito, 11 points for her total tonight. Ashley with the ball. Now Manuelito again. Husky trying to get around Bradshaw and Newton. Bounces it over to Ashley. Manuelito pass on the inside to Long. Long turns around Woolley and double dribble called against Mahala Long. 38-35 the score. Coconino up by 4 with 4:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Peyton Bradshaw to inbound for the Bears. Now Woolley with it. Moving down court, guarded by Husky. Pass to Bennett. Now on the inside of Clinton. Gets the shot off the glass. However, it looks like Casey Clinton got fouled going up. Casey Clinton with 10 points tonight for Bradshaw. She has a chance for 11 as she heads up to the free throw line. 4 fouls for Coco, 3 for Bradshaw, as Clinton misses on the first free throw. Casey Clinton averaging 4.6 points per game for Bradshaw Mountain this year. Second shot also misses as Bradshaw struggles, but stolen by Bennett. And now to Woolley. Woolley off the glass. Oh, no good. Bodies hitting the floor, drowning pool style. We have a whistle on the play. And I think they're going to call the foul against Sierra Woolley. Well, Bradshaw with some great opportunities to close the gap with Coconino, just could not connect to the basket. So it's still 38-34 Panthers, 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Manuelito for three. Skips off the rim, rebounded by Ellie Bennett, who gets pushed from behind, but no call. Now Long with the shot, off the rim. Another rebound by Bennett. She gets it over to Woolley. And it looks like Winter Husky going to get nailed for a push. So Peyton Bradshaw to inbound for Bradshaw. Second foul of the night called on Winter Husky, the transfer from Tuba City High School, who just became eligible to play for Coconino a little over a week ago. Bradshaw looking for a white jersey, and we get a whistle on the play. It looks like there was a foul away from the ball. And that will go against Marilee David. And now we get another foul before Bradshaw can inbound. And it looks like, again, it's going to be against David. And actually, this will put Bradshaw in the bonus. So Bradshaw, who's had their struggles from the line tonight, they've got to overcome him in a hurry here in order to catch up to Coconino. Sierra Woolley, her first shot from the line, misses. 6 missed shots for Bradshaw tonight from the line. They've only made 3. And traveling called against Manuelito. Peyton Bradshaw to inbound near the Coconino bench with 3:54 to go in the fourth quarter. Newton has it. It's a 4-point game, 38-34 Coco. Pass over to Newton. She moves inside, bounces out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw moves in with the jumper, comes up short, rebounded by Husky. Winter Husky past the half-court line. Turns around. Now over to Ashley for 3. Off target. And that one will bounce out of bounds before Marilee David can save it. Bears to inbound. It's Peyton Bradshaw with 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Bouncer to Woolley. Back to Bradshaw. Now Bradshaw comes flying down the far side. Gets around Long, over to Woolley. Long pass to Fournier. To Woolley. Now over to Ellie Bennett. Bennett guarded by Manuelito. Gets it over to Woolley on the inside of Bennett. Bennett goes up for the shot. No good. Rebounded by Coconino. Manuelito. Bouncer over to David. David through traffic. And it looks like David got hacked as she tried to get a pass off. And I believe that is going to go against Macy Fournier. So that is her second foul of the night. Fournier coming out of the game. 2:59 to go in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass on the inside. And off the glass goes David with her shot. And it is now a 40-34 lead for Coconino. 6 points for David as a timeout taken by Coconino. Hey, folks, we have a rather interesting update regarding the Prescott girls basketball game tonight against Peoria. Actually, we're going to be live streaming Prescott girls basketball Thursday when they host Tempe. But apparently, the Lady Badger bus heading down to Peoria High School broke down on the way there. So they had to send another bus to pick them up. So their game is going to get started late. Prescott boys don't have to worry about such things as they're home tonight against Peoria. Speaking of the Prescott boys, we have a live stream of Prescott boys and girls basketball coming up for you Friday, and we're going to take a little road trip and head on up to Cottonwood as the Badgers will have a rematch against Mingus. That'll be 5:30 start time for the girls game, 7 o'clock for the boys on KYCA.info. Back to action. 2:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Lady Bears have a 6-point deficit to make up against Coconino. Kendall Newton inbound for the Bears. Over to Ellie Bennett at the far side. She gets around Manuelito. And stolen by Long. Long to the basket. Taking the shot. Off the rim. No good. Ellie Bennett gets the rebound for Bradshaw. Bennett, far corner, double teamed. Loses the ball, and here comes Coconino. Winter Husky making a run toward the paint. Turns, shoots, off the bottom of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. Newton comes up with it. Oh! And a little over and back there for Newton. So another unfortunate piece of luck for Bradshaw Mountain, who trail 40-34 in the fourth quarter. Elise Palmer inbounds for the Panthers, gets it over to Winter Husky. Trying to get around Fournier. Bouncer over to Ashley. Ashley moving into the paint. Now bounces it out to Long. Long. Bouncer on the inside. David turns, shoots off the rim. No good. Gets her own rebound. Doesn't get the good bounce. Sierra Woolley does get the rebound for Bradshaw Mountain. And the pass intercepted by Ashley. Winter Husky moving inside. Hits off a Bradshaw player. Takes the running shot, and it's good. Winter Husky for 2. 42-34 as Coconino's starting to pull away in this one. Clinton with the jumper, and that one skips off the rim and into the hands of Ashley for Coconino. Husky coming down the court with 1:35 to go in the fourth quarter as Husky slips and falls, still holds the ball, and timeout called by Coach Martin Reyes. Minute 31 remaining in the fourth quarter, 42-34 in favor of Coconino. And Coach Reyes, you can probably hear it, rather upset with his players there. And I think everyone in the gym can hear it. And it's a full timeout. And by the way, folks, since we have a full timeout here, news just coming into us as the Baseball Hall of Fame has made its inductions. And congratulations to Larry Walker, Ted Simmons, and, to no one's surprise, Derek Jeter. They will be having their plaques hung in the Hall of Fame coming in this July when they do the induction ceremonies. Also, Marvin Miller, former baseball union boss, he has also been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And still, after all these years, no Dave Concepcion in the Hall of Fame. Guy was only probably the best shortstop in the National League, probably all of baseball back in the 1970s. And I say this as a Phillies fan who grew up watching Larry Boa. Coconino inbounds. Palmer, bounce pass on the inside to Long. Long turns, shoots. Blocked by Woolley, but they're going to say Woolley got a piece of Long. So Mihaela Long up to the free throw line. And Long with a chance to make this a 10-point game if she is successful on her 2 free throws. Gets the good bounce there. 3 points tonight for Mihaela Long. And it's 43-34. Long averaging 8.4 points per game and 8.7 rebounds per game for the Panthers this season. Misses on the second one. Clinton comes up with the rebound. Newton flying down the court. Bounce pass over to Fournier. Gets it out to Woolley. Now a bouncer to Clinton at the top of the key. To Fournier. Inside to Clinton, and ball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds with 1:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. 43-34. Coconino on top. Stay tuned for the boys' game between Bradshaw and Coconino, coming up right after the girls are concluded. Stolen by the Panthers. Ashley with it. Now Ashley loses the ball, gets it just in time before it goes out of bounds. Husky has it with under a minute to play in the game. Bounce pass to Long. Blocked by Woolley. No foul there as Long falls down. Actually, correction, that was David who fell down there. Now Ashley moving inside to David. Out to Husky. And Fournier knocking around Husky to get the foul and get the ball out of Coconino's hands. However, 9-point lead and 38 seconds left to go, and it doesn't look like things are going to go the way of Bradshaw Mountain in this one, as Husky, with a chance to put a capper on it here from the free throw line and make it a double-digit lead for Coconino. She does. 11 points tonight for the sophomore Winter Husky. Second shot coming up by Husky. That one misses. And rebound by Fournier. Gets it over to Woolley. Woolley down the court. Ball knocked out of her hands. Husky with it. Husky heading to the basket. Woolley just double dribble. And I thought Woolley fouled Winter Husky heading to the basket, but they call Husky for a double dribble. 27 seconds to go in regulation. Bradshaw to inbound. Bounces it over to Fournier. Now back to Peyton Bradshaw. She comes down the near side. Past the half-court line. Throw to Woolley. Woolley in the paint. Takes the shot and gets the basket and gets the foul. Sierra Woolley. 7 points tonight for Woolley. It's a 44-36 game. Coconino on top. And Woolley gets the good roll on the three-point play as timeout called by Coach Rick Haltom. 44-37. Bradshaw trailing with 18 seconds remaining in regulation. And again, folks, looking ahead at our live streaming schedule, as I mentioned before, Thursday night, we will have Prescott girls basketball. They will be under the dome taking on Tempe. That's a 5:30 tip-off. And then on Friday, we are up in Cottonwood as the Badger boys and girls take on Mingus. 5:30 p.m. for the girls, 7 for the boys. Our next live stream of Bradshaw Mountain basketball will not be until February 4th, and that is when the Bears and Lady Bears will host Mojave. All those games on KYCA.info, the live stream. Speaking of live streaming sports, believe it or not, next Friday, we have our first live stream of the season of Yavapai College baseball. Rough Riders will host Glendale to kick off the 2020 season. Yes, baseball in January, only in Prescott. Inbound by Ashley of Coconino. She gets it into Palmer. And Palmer gets fouled. Kendall Newton getting the foul there, as that took about a second off the clock. Elise Palmer, who has been held scoreless tonight. Palmer averaging just under 5 points per game this season. First shot coming up for Elise Palmer, and she sinks that one, making it 45-37 Coconino. Next shot on the way from the sophomore point guard. That one misses. Woolley gets the rebound. Woolley trying to hurry down the court. Bounces it, loses it, intercepted by Coconino. And another foul called against the Bears. So up to the line goes Husky. Third foul of the night called against Kendall Newton. Husky 1 for 2 from the stripe tonight. She has 11 points for the Panthers. Make it an even dozen. Second shot coming up by Winter Husky. And that one goes through successfully. And for whatever reason, Coach Reyes has called a timeout with 9 seconds to go and a 10-point lead. Go Fig. So after tonight's game for Coconino, they will be back up in Flagstaff Friday, and they will be taking on Lee Williams. Bradshaw Mountain, meanwhile, their next action, well, they'll also be up at Flagstaff on Friday, and they'll be taking on Flagstaff High School. So Bradshaw Mountain this week taking on the number 1 and number 2 teams in the region. Fournier with the pass to Woolley, intercepted. And we get a foul. Looks like it's going to be against Marilee David. So 7 seconds remaining in regulation, a 10-point game as Bradshaw Mountain will come up to the free throw line. That'll be Sierra Woolley. Woolley with 8 points tonight for Bradshaw Mountain. Oh, actually, a little bit of a delay here because Marilee David, that is her 5th foul tonight. So she is done. Brianna Jensen will come in to spell her for the remaining 7 seconds of this ball game. First shot from Woolley, and that one goes through. One more shot coming up for Sierra Woolley. And that one goes through. 47-39. Bradshaw down as Ashley just takes the ball down court. Final second. Roller over to Palmer. She goes for the shot for three. No good, but doesn't matter. That will do it. Game comes to an end. Final score. Coconino 47, Bradshaw Mountain 39. Stay tuned for the Bradshaw Mountain Coconino boys game coming up in about 10 or 15 minutes. Till then, I'm John Rust. I'll see you soon.
Whew, it's a new year, and with that comes great expectations. This is Steve Seshka with Olson's for Healthy Animals. Good nutrition cures a lot of ills and keeps healthy pets and barnyard buddies at their very best. We at Olson's do more than just sell food and supplies. We provide peace of mind. We're always there to answer your questions and are partners with you to enhance your animal experience. We also think that when you shop, you're not just here to get a bag of food. More and more of you want to add brick and mortar to your shopping experience because doing business in a place like Olson's expands your community connection. Here at Olson's, we think local, we speak local, and we care local. And you're not just doing business locally, you're doing business with locals. We do things like feed all the law enforcement canines in Yavapai and Coconino counties for free because we know that budgets are tight. We're Olson's for Healthy Animals in Chino, Prescott, Dewey, Flagstaff, and Clarkdale, where since 1979, good enough just isn't.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to KYCA and our live stream coverage tonight as the Bradshaw Mountain Bears take on the Coconino Panthers. Varsity game is set to start. The boys will start in about 10 minutes. So stay with us. We'll continue our live stream coverage tonight. And don't forget, later in the season, we're going to have live coverage, both live streaming and on radio, as the Bradshaw Mountain Bears take on the Prescott Badgers Friday, I believe February 7th. We'll have to take a look at the day on that. But anyway, that Friday, it is going to be senior night for the Prescott Badgers. And that will be their final home game of the season. Let me see if I can get a date on that. Looks like February 7th. Friday, February 7th, we'll have live radio coverage as well as streaming coverage of the Badgers and the Bears from Prescott High School Gymnasium. Senior night for the Badgers. And then the final game of the season, the final basketball stream of the regular season for us, as the Prescott Badgers will travel to Bullhead City to take on Mojave. This is the regular season finale for both teams, and there could be playoff implications for that game for both teams, and both the Badgers and the Lady Badgers as well as Mojave. So it's going to be exciting. We'll bring you live coverage of that on Tuesday, February 11th, live from Bullhead City. If you can't make the 3-hour trip to Laughlin and Bullhead City, we'll do it for you, and we'll have live streaming coverage. 9 minutes to go before the boys game starts between Bradshaw Mountain and Coconino. So keep it right here on our KYCA live stream. Thanks for tuning in all over the world on the internet. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you here, and we're pleased to bring you another live stream of Bradshaw Mountain basketball. Boys game just about ready to get started. We already had the girls contest, and for that one, the Lady Bears going down in defeat to Coconino. Final score in that one, 47-39. Leading scorers for Bradshaw Mountain, how about this? Peyton Bradshaw, 10 points. Sierra Woolley, 10 points. And Casey Clinton, 10 points. For Coconino, meanwhile, we had 13 points from Winter Husky, 11 points for Kiana Manuelito, and 6 points for Charity Sagani. Meanwhile, again, the boys' game just about ready to get going here. However, for Bradshaw Mountain fans out there, I do have some bad news I need to bring you. I've been informed that not one, but two of the Bears' prominent players will not be out on the court tonight. Anthony Folkstead, one of their main guys from off the bench, well, he is out with a hernia. In fact, he's not only out for this game, he is unfortunately out for the year. So get well soon to Anthony Folkstead. And one of the big losses for tonight for Bradshaw Mountain is, well, literally their big guy, Nate Summit. Nate Summit, the 6'7" junior, averaging 13.6 points per game, 9.6 rebounds per game. He is done for tonight. We will not see him on the court because he has unfortunately come down with the flu. So hopefully, Nate, you are watching our live stream tonight, and get well soon, big guy, and get yourself out here on the court. Then again, I don't know if Nate is watching us on the live stream. If he has the flu, he might already be unconscious under about 5 or 6 blankets. In fact, you know what? Since he has the flu, it's probably best for him to be unconscious under about 5 or 6 blankets instead of watching our live stream. But if you are, Nate, get well soon. Starting lineups being announced for Bradshaw Mountain. As again, we get set for tonight's game. Big Grand Canyon region game here for both sides. Coconino, they are 6-0 in region play. Bradshaw Mountain 3-3 as we get set for the national anthem here at Bradshaw Mountain High School. National anthem performed here at Bradshaw Mountain High School. And we are just moments away from the start of the boys' game. Bradshaw looking for the split after the girls' game in which Bradshaw lost 47-39. Meanwhile, Coconino, they are looking for the sweep here in the Bear Den tonight. TJ Stiegel will be in the tip-off circle for the Bears. And across from him will be Avram Tajirian. Stiegel taking the place of Summit tonight. Again, Nate Summit down and out with the flu. And this after all the stories we've had on KYCA about getting your flu shot. And referee repositioning a couple of players, and we are ready to go and underway. Bradshaw Mountain with the ball. Devin Banda has it. Bradshaw Mountain in the white jerseys, Coconino in the black. Carter John with it now, passes it over to Banda. Bradshaw works it around, Trip Nestor to Massis. Massis moving inside, through traffic, taking the shot, it's good! Jordan Massis with 2, and Bradshaw Mountain on the board. It's 2-zip to start things off. Preston Olney with the ball. Now over to Tajirian. Tajirian guarded by Carter John. Back to Olney. Olney moving around to the near corner. Now from the baseline, taking the jumper. It's good! Preston Olney for 2. And we're all tied up 2-2. Trip Nestor coming down the court for Bradshaw with the ball. To Massis. Now Devin Band on the far side. Feeds it into Massis through traffic, taking the shot. Through the hoop it goes. Jordan Massis getting around the defense and getting the bucket. 4-2 Bradshaw Mountain. Here comes Coconino off the glass. No good. Stiegel with the rebound. Bradshaw Mountain. Carter John in the paint. Taking the shot, and it's good! Carter John for 2. Had about 2 or 3 defenders for Bradshaw to beat, and he beat them all, and it's 6-2 Bears. Olney with it for the Panthers. Long range 3. Comes up short. But getting the rebound is Tajirian. Gets that one over to Anthony Watson. Watson guarded by Stiegel. Hands the ball off to Olney. Now the pass over to number 23, Jacob Begay. On the inside to Cardoza. Cardoza turns. Jump shot, no good. As that one hits the strand above the backboard, and it will be Bradshaw Mountain possession with 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Bears with an early 6-2 lead over the Panthers. Devin Banda pass the half-court line. Pass over to Stiegel. Hands it off to Carter John. John backs out, now over to Banda. Trip Nestor, thought about a 3. Trying to get around Olney. Now, with the shot, it's good, and bodies hit the floor. As Trip Nestor sinks it for 2, and it's 8-2 Bradshaw. Begay gets that pass over to Tajirian. Now with the jumper, it's good! Avram Tajirian cuts the Bradshaw Mountain lead in half. It's 8-4. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Devin Banda with it for the Bears. Over to Massis. Carter John goes for 3. No good off the backboard, but Trip Nestor grabs the rebound. Gets it over to Massis. Massis running into the paint. Knocking down a Coconino player. And oh yeah, that's going to be a charge against Jordan Massis. And no question about that one. So Coconino will inbound with 5:03 to go in the first quarter. It's 8-4. Bears on top. Manuel Cardoza to inbound and gets that one over to Olney. Preston Olney averaging 14.8 points per game for Coconino this year. Tajirian over to Watson. Now to Olney at the far corner for 3. Skips off the rim and right into the hands of Jordan Massis, who gets it over to Carter John. John rushing into the paint. Now gets it over to Banda, but Banda can't haul it in. Ball goes out of bounds. Bradshaw Mountain with it. Or excuse me, Coconino, 4:35 to play in the first quarter. It's 8-4 Bears. Olney trying to get around the double team. Now to Tajirian. Tajirian moving inside. Over to Watson. Watson trying to get around Stiegel. Turns, shoots. It's good. Anthony Watson for 2. And now Coconino coming back. It's 8-6. Bears up by 2. Carter John with the ball. Pass to Stiegel. Bounces it to Trip Nestor. Loses the ball. Olney picks it up. And here come the Panthers. He tried to get the pass to Jacob Begay, but a little too much on that pass by Olney. Ball bounces out of bounds, and Bradshaw Mountain gets possession back with 3:57 to go in the first quarter. 8-6 Bears. Devin Banda past the half-court line. Guarded by Tajirian. Now to Trip Nestor. Nestor over to Carter John. Jake Platt getting ready to check into the game for Bradshaw Mountain. Now Masses for three, off target and rebounded by Watson. Olney with it. Long pass to Tajirian. Coming inside through traffic, taking the shot. Nice bank shot by Avram Tajirian. And we're all tied up 8-8 with 3:19 to go in the first quarter between Bradshaw Mountain and Coconino. Devin Banda on the far side to Carter John. Now Massis. John goes for three. No good. Rebounded by Tajirian to Olney. Still tied 8-8 with under 3 to play in the first quarter. Bouncer over to Watson. Now to Tajirian. Olney goes for three. Swisha! Preston Olney with the tray, and that gives Coconino the 11-8 lead. 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Devin Banda past the half-court line for Bradshaw. Bounce pass to Stiegel. Now to Carter John. John with the jumper. It's good! Carter John for two, making it 11-10 Coconino. Tajirian trying to get around Jordan Massis. Fadeaway jumper. That one is good! Avram Tajirian. 6 points right now for the 6'1 junior. 13-10 Coconino. Banda hands that one off to Carter John with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Jordan Massis to Banda. Banda moves inside. The jumper. It's good! Devin Banda. And it's a 1-point game. 13-12 Panthers. Watson for three. Off the backboard. Into the hands of Cardoza. He turns. He shoots. He doesn't score. TJ Stiegel gets the rebound for the Bears. Hands it off to Trip Nestor. He comes past the half-court line to Massis. Gets that pass over to Banda. Bears working around. Now Trip Nestor from the baseline taking the shot, and it looks like Nestor got hacked by Olney going up for the shot. And Trip Nestor will take a trip to the free throw line as Kelly Bilefus and Jake Platt come into the game, along with Danny Perez for Brad. Actually, yep, Danny Perez is coming into the game. He's heading back to the bench. I thought he was going to come in a little later. Trip Nestor, who's averaging 7 points per game, up to the free throw line where he is shooting just 48% this season. Gets the good roll on that one. And we are all tied up, 13-13 with 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Second shot on the way by Nestor. And that one is good. And Bradshaw Mountain back on top, 14-13. Panthers down the court. Begay. Ethan McGowan into the game for the Panthers. He has the ball, trying to get around Perez. Now over to Jacobson. Bounce pass on the inside. Turn, shot off the rim. No good. The shot by Hayden Nez. Now Bradshaw with the ball. Long pass to Jake Platt. Platt moves inside. Dishes it off to Stiegel. Stiegel through traffic. Loses the ball. Stolen away by Begay. And here come the Panthers down court. Begay passes that one over to McGowan. Back to Begay. Now over to Jacobson. Jacobson at the far side. 40 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Three-pointer. It's good! Jacob Begay from long distance gives the Panthers the lead back 16-14. 30 seconds to go in the opening frame. Platt backs off. Comes near the tip-off circle with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And it looks like Bradshaw might try to work for the last shot of the quarter as they're down by 2. To Perez. 7 seconds left. Works on the inside to Stiegel. Stiegel through traffic, taking the shot off the glass. Doesn't get the good roll. Panthers get the rebound, and they are unable to get that one away as time expires in the first quarter. Our score, Coconino 16, Bradshaw Mountain 14. We'll take a little break and be back with the second quarter after this.
Whew, it's a new year, and with that comes great expectations. This is Steve Seshka with Olson's for Healthy Animals. Good nutrition cures a lot of ills and keeps healthy pets and barnyard buddies at their very best. We at Olson's do more than just sell food and supplies. We provide peace of mind. We're always there to answer your questions and are partners with you to enhance your animal experience. We also think that when you shop, you're not just here to get a bag of food. More and more of you want to add brick and mortar to your shopping experience because doing business in a place like Olson's expands your community connection. Here at Olson's, we think local, we speak local, and we care local. And you're not just doing business locally, you're doing business with locals. We do things like feed all the law enforcement canines in Yavapai and Coconino counties for free because we know that budgets are tight. We're Olson's for Healthy Animals in Chino, Prescott, Dewey, Flagstaff, and Clarkdale, where since 1979, good enough just isn't.
Back here for the second half of action at Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you. Panthers up 16-14. Olney with the ball. Bounce pass on the inside for Coconino. Turn, shoot, no good by number 14, Hayden Nez. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Coconino possession. Begay to take it out for the Panthers. Gets it into Olney. Jacob Platt guarding him. Back to Begay at the far side. Now to Olney. Olney loses the ball and is able to get it back. To Begay. Pass on the inside. Now dish off to number 12. Shot blocked. Now off the rim. No good. McMenamin unable to sink that one. Now he gets the ball again. Going for three. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Danny Perez. Perez past the half-court line for Bradshaw. Bounces over to Carter John. John loses the ball and is able to get it over to Platt at the far corner. Back to Carter John. 16-14. Coco up by 2. Bouncer and just kept in bounds by Kelly Biofus. Now a scrum for the ball on the floor, and we're going to get a jump ball call. As Trip Nestor and Devin Banda check back into the ball game. Danny Perez, Kelly Biofus heading back to the bench. Jacob Platt inbound for Bradshaw Mountain. Bounces it into Massis. Massis on the inside to Nestor. Pass to John. Carter John moves inside. Has traffic. Goes up for the shot, and Carter John gets the good roll for 2. And we're all tied up 16-16, 6:28 to go in the second quarter. Begay with it. He passes that one out to McMenamin. Now over to Cardoza. To Olney. Dishes that one over. And ball loose. Stolen by Banda. Pass over to Trip Nestor. Now to Platt. Platt off the glass. It's good! Great transition by Bradshaw Mountain as timeout is called by Coach Moran. And the Bears take the 18-16 lead off the Jake Platt basket. 6:06 remaining here in the second quarter. By the way, folks, we do have a final score to bring you here just outside the gymnasium tonight. Bradshaw Mountain girls soccer taking on Flagstaff. Flagstaff with a 7-1 victory over Bradshaw Mountain. Tell you what, though, that Grand Canyon region for girls soccer, that is pretty tough. I had some of the Prescott girls soccer players on my show Saturday. We were going over the PowerPoint rankings, and the top and 5 of the top 10 spots in the state PowerPoint rankings for 4A girls soccer taken up by teams in the Grand Canyon region. With Prescott, actually, last time I looked, being number 1. Olney with the ball for Coconino. Passes that one over to Begay. And it looks like Carter John a little too physical there on Jacob Begay, so he'll get called for a foul. Just the second foul for Bradshaw Mountain. Actually, they're giving that foul to Devin Banda. So second foul for Bradshaw, only one for Coconino. Tajirian. Now over to Begay. Pass on the inside. Now a bouncer over to Nez. Ball tipped away, but gotten back by Begay. Now lost by Begay. Carter John with the steal. John down the near side, getting around Begay. Passes out to Massis. Thought about a three. Now just hands it off to Devin Banda. Carter John with it now. Platt. We've got the go-ahead bucket for Bradshaw, making this an 18-16 game. 5:14 remaining in the second quarter. Massis again with the ball. Bounces on the inside. Nestor turns and shoots and puts it through for two. Nice sequence there between Massis and Nestor for the basket, making it a 20-16 Bradshaw Mountain lead. Bouncer over to Begay. Now to Olney at the near corner. Back to Begay. Tajirian has it on the far side. Over to Cardoza. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Banda. Now to Massis driving the basket, taking the shot. And they're going to call Massis for the charge. So Massis denied a bucket, also his second foul of the night. And Jordan Massis, not someone you can afford to have in foul trouble on a night like this when you are without one of your top scorers in Nate Summit, who's down with the flu, and also one of your top bench players, Anthony Folkstead, out for the year, actually, with a hernia. Pass on the inside, intercept, well, almost intercepted by Bradshaw. Coco gets the ball back, and again stolen by Bradshaw, and again picked back up by Coconino for three. Olney, he hits it! Preston Olney with his second tray of the night, and it's a 1-point game. Bradshaw 20, Coconino 19. Carter John, past the half-court line. Gets that one in to Josh Grant. He hands it off to Banda. Banda backs off. Now moves inside. Over to Nestor for three. It's good! Trip Nestor nailing the tray. And it's 23-19 Bradshaw. As Stiegel almost climbed over Manuel Cardoza. So, yeah, that's going to be a foul. And timeout called by Bradshaw Mountain. 23-19 is the score. Bradshaw Mountain on top. Full timeout, so let's take a timeout here with 3:46 left to go, and we'll be back after this.
When it comes to protecting your home from damage caused by faulty gutters, make the wise choice. Call Arizona Seamless Gutters. Don't waste money on gutters that might not stand Arizona's harsh weather. Hello friends, this is Travis Stedman, owner of Arizona Seamless Gutters. We have gutters in all price ranges and gutter accessories including gutter covers and rain barrels. Our custom gutters are better than factory because they are tailor-made for your home. Call 778-1818 for a free estimate. Arizona Seamless Gutters, quality products, people, and service you can count on.
Welcome back to Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you here. Thank you very much for joining us on the KYCA live stream of Bradshaw Mountain basketball. With the home team on top, 23-19. Again, Bradshaw in the white, Coconino in the black. Probably need to point that out a few times tonight, as again, both these teams share the same school colors of red and black. Coco to inbound, it'll be Jacob Begay, the junior point guard. Gets it into Olney at the far corner. 8 points tonight so far for Preston Olney. Now over to Hayden Nez. To Olney. Begay at the far side, guarded by Trip Nestor. Bouncer over to number 12, Tajirian. And Tajirian able to get it over to Begay. Good defense here by Bradshaw. And now Tajirian with the three-pointer off the rim, no good. Ball up in the air, Tajirian grabs it. With 3:14 to go in the second quarter, it's 23-19 Bears. Olney setting up the offense for the Panthers. Gets the pass over to Tajirian. Olney, guarded by Banda. And now it's Nez. Gets that one over to Tajirian. Top of the key, pass over to Begay. And push called. I think that's going to be against Josh Grant. And it is. 5 fouls now for Bradshaw Mountain in this half. Just 1 for Coconino. Josh Grant coming off a very good season for Bradshaw Mountain on the football field. Cardoza to Begay, pinned into the near corner, and Cardoza lost the ball, and it just went out of bounds before he could bring it back under control. Bradshaw Mountain possession with 2:43 to go in the second quarter. Devin Banda past the half-court line. He hands it off to Carter John. Back to Banda. Banda with the pass to John. He moves inside, takes the jumper, and doesn't get the good bounce. Rebounded by Watson. He bounces it over to Olney. Olney goes for a long-range three. Hits off the rim, rebounded by Cardoza. And the pass intercepted by Banda. Banda down the near side. And Olney knocks the ball away from Banda, but Banda gets it back at the near corner. Long pass over to Josh Grant. Over to Carter John. John cut off by Begay. Now Nestor going for three. It's good! Trip Nestor with his second tray of the night. 26-19 Bradshaw. 1:45 to go in the second quarter. Trip Nestor, 12 points here in the first half for the Bears. Bouncer to Olney. Thought about a long-range three. Now gets the pass over to Tajirian. Cardoza, double-teamed. Pass tipped off a Bradshaw player. Olney with it. Back to Tajirian. 1:20 left to go in the first half. Begay moving inside. Big time block by TJ Stiegel. Here comes Carter John in the paint. Oh, John tried for the one-handed dunk. And that was an NI negative impact. And I have a feeling Coach Blair Hillick not going to be happy about that. And traveling called on Watson as he went up for the shot. And there are a few Coconino fans not happy with that call. 26-19 the score. Bradshaw on top, 55 ticks left to go in the first half. Banda with the ball, guarded by Tajirian. Trying to get around Tajirian, now he gets it over to Nestor. John, near side. Bradshaw taking their time now. Pass over to Josh Grant. And whistle on the play. And violation for Bradshaw. So Coconino will inbound the ball in front of the scorekeeper's table. 27 seconds left to go. Olney with it. Trying to get around Jake Platt. Olney. Pass over to Tajirian. 14 seconds left to go. Begay. Pass on the inside. Cardoza gets it out to Tajirian for three. No good. Ball loose. Cardoza gets it. 2 seconds left to go. Begay with the jumper. As the horn sounds, no good on that shot. And that brings the first half of action to a close with Bradshaw Mountain on top as they head into the locker room. The score, Bears 26, Panthers 19. We'll take a 10-minute break here for halftime. We'll come back with the second half of action of our Bradshaw Mountain basketball doubleheader. Again, 26-19 Bradshaw at half. This is John Rust for the KYCA.info live stream, and we'll see you soon, folks.
Weikert Realtor CLA is painting the town yellow. Hi, this is Colleen McElmel, the owner and broker for Weikert Realtor CLA. Do you have a 2020 vision of selling your home and moving into your new dream home? Or or downsizing to a more simple, all-that-you-need home. Weichert Realtor CLA has a team backed by a 50-year proven selling system to make your vision a reality. Our selling system is unique and effective. We recently sold a home with multiple offers in one day during an open house. And when you go with Weichert Realtor CLA, we offer in-house loan applications, escrow, and notary services, available to make the process as simple and painless as possible. And if you're a veteran or first responder, Weichert Realtor CLA offers a 10% discount to thank you for your service. Interest rates are low and the market is hot. Let's make your 2020 vision a reality. Call 499-2244. That's Weichert Realtor CLA at 499-2244. We sell more because we do more. Look for the bright yellow signs.
Halftime at Bradshaw Mountain High School, where the score is 26-19 in favor of the Bears. Jason Zenzaletta sitting in at halftime. Just letting everybody know, right now it looks like our stream is working pretty well. In the event that our stream goes out, we do have a backup stream that we will have back up very quickly on our website at kyca.info. You'll see it on there's a main stream and a backup stream. And we'll have it back up on Facebook in a few moments. So we've had a few problems near the end of a few games. We've got some backups in place just in case. So have those links ready to go, folks, just in case we have problems later in the game. But right now we're looking pretty good. So Bradshaw is leading by 7, 26-19. We've got about 8 minutes left in halftime. Stay with us. We'll have the third quarter coming up in just a few minutes here on KYCA's live stream coverage. Don't forget, we've got a lot more basketball coming up in January and February. And if any of our 4 local teams make it into the state playoffs, we'll do our best to bring you those games as well here on KYCA. And also, Yavapai College baseball and softball coming up in just a few weeks. And also, we'll be bringing you some action from Prescott Badgers baseball and softball and Bradshaw Mountain baseball and softball. 6 teams to cover. We've got a lot of action to go through the rest of the spring semester. So stay with us here on KYCA's live stream. We'll have more coming up at the end of halftime. 26-19 is the score. We got about 7 minutes to go in halftime, so stay with us here on the KYCA live stream.
And welcome back to Bradshaw Mountain High School here in Prescott Valley, Arizona. John Rust with you as we get set for the second half of action between Bradshaw Mountain and Coconino. Bradshaw Mountain looking for an upset win here tonight. Coconino, they are 6-0 in Grand Canyon region play coming into tonight's game. Bradshaw Mountain, meanwhile, they're in fourth place in the region standings with a 3-3 region record. Between them are Lee Williams at 5-1 and Prescott at 4-2. Prescott, they are in action over in the Dome tonight. It is a non-region game for them. And the Prescott Badgers, well, they do not have an easy game tonight. I mean, no games are easy. I should say they have a very challenging game tonight as the Badgers are hosting Peoria, the number 2 ranked team in the 4A Conference Power Points. Speaking of Power Points, Coconino, they're number 11 in that category. Lee Williams, number 15. Flagstaff, 17. Bradshaw Mountain, 18. And the Prescott Badgers on the outside looking in, they are number 28 in the state PowerPoint rankings. And remember, the top 24 teams at the end of the regular season in PowerPoints, they do make it to the postseason. Action about to get underway here in the second half. Bradshaw Mountain, they're being led point-wise by Trip Nestor. He's got 12 so far. Carter John with 6. Over on the Coconino side of the ledger, 8 points for Preston Olney and 6 for Avram Tajirian. And remember, Bradshaw Mountain tonight without Nate Summit. He is not in the building. Nate Summit recovering from the flu as Trip Nestor gets the steal. Pass to Banda on the inside, but Banda can't hold on to it as it goes out of bounds. So Summit down with the flu, and hopefully he will be okay for Friday's game at Flagstaff. Anthony Folkstead also out for the season with a hernia. Tajirian trying to get around Nestor and Banda, and traveling called. Good defense by Nestor and Banda to get the ball back for Bradshaw Mountain. Into the game for Coconino, Mitchell Jacobson, number 3. Banda with the ball for Bradshaw, over to Carter John. John past the half-court line. Bradshaw in the white, Coconino in the black. Carter John, near corner, now at the baseline, passes out to Massis for 3! It's good! Jordan Massis nailing the tray! And it's 29-19, a 10-point lead for Bradshaw Mountain. Jacobson over to Olney. He bounces that one over to Begay. Bouncer to Jacobson. Now Olney from the near corner, and he hits a 3. 3 trays tonight for Preston Olney, and it's 29-22. Coconino trying to claw their way back. 6:45 to go in the third stanza. Devin Banda for Bradshaw. He moves inside, kicks it out to Nestor, to Massis. Thought about a 3, now moves in, pass to Banda, and a battle for the ball between Banda and Jacobson, and they're going to say Jacobson last touched it, so still Bradshaw possession. Carter John to inbound. To Massis. Kicks it way out to Trip Nestor. He moves into the paint, taking the drive, and the shot, and it's good! Trip Nestor! 31-22 Bradshaw. 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Pass out to Begay. Down the baseline, loses the ball. Stolen away by Jordan Massis. Now to Nestor. Back to Massis at the near side. Carter John with it. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pass on the inside, intercepted by Coconino. Now Bradshaw trying to fight for the ball. Stiegel trying to rip it away from Begay. Jump ball. And it is going to be possession Bradshaw Mountain. Nestor to take it out for the Bears. He gets it over to Jordan Massis. Now back to Nestor. Top of the key over to Banda. John with it on the far side to Massis. Now Nestor for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Begay. Here come the Panthers. Bouncer over to Jacobson at the far side. He moves in, trying to get around Stiegel. Bounce pass to Watson, and Watson through traffic. Jostled around, no call, but he still gets the basket, and it's 31-24. Coconino down by 7. 5:15 to go in the third quarter. Devin Banda has the ball for the Bears, gives it over to Nestor. Inside to Massis, kicks it out to Carter John for three. It's good! The reverse warlord of Mars nailing the tray, and it's a 10-point game for Bradshaw, 34-24. Jacobson bounces it over to Begay. Only from the far side. Long pass, almost intercepted, but Jacobson gets it. Over to Begay, driving the baseline. Through traffic, and they're going to say Begay stepped out of bounds as he got sandwiched in between a couple of Bradshaw players. Nestor inbounds to Banda, 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Banda past the half-court line. Now he makes his move inside, dishes it off to Massis, off the glass, no good, rebounded by Stiegel, he puts it up, and Stiegel gets the good roll. TJ Stiegel, his first bucket of the night, and it's 36-24 Bears. Now Jacobson for three, in and out of the basket. Rebound by Bradshaw, nope, loose ball on the floor, and Banda picks it up for the Bears. Halfway through the third quarter, 36-24 Bradshaw Mountain. To Nestor. Nestor trying to get around Olney to Stiegel. Stiegel looking for someone to pass it to. And he hands that one back to Banda. Bears taking their time. 3:39 and counting here in the third quarter. Nestor at the far corner, pass on the inside to Stiegel, loses the ball. Cardoza gets it for the Panthers. Now to Olney, long pass on the inside to Watson. He goes up for the shot. No good, but it looks like Stiegel clipped Anton Watson on the way up, and Watson will go to the line. So Stiegel with his second foul of the night. Watson, 4 points tonight for the Panthers. Still with 4 points. Josh Grant, Jake Platt checking into the game for Bradshaw Mountain. Watson goes for his second shot from the charity stripe. That one connects. Hayden Nez now into the ball game for Coconino. 36-25. Coconino trailing by 11. Platt with it for the Bears. Back to Grant. Now to Carter John, and John gets checked from behind by Jacob Begay. Tempting me to want to say that'll be 2 minutes in the penalty box for Begay, but instead he picks up his first foul of the night. Platt to inbound in front of the scorekeeper's table. Over to Carter John. John with the pass to Massis. Now John thought about a three. Still holding on the ball to Grant. Bradshaw working it around. Nestor, top of the key, moves in, takes the jumper, and Coconino fans demanding a travel, not getting it. However, Nestor misses on the shot, and Coconino gets the ball anyway. Begay thought about a three, trying to get around Carter John. Guarded by Nestor now. Begay breaks through the defense, takes the scoop shot, and it's good! Jacob Begay with the bucket, and it's 36-27 Bradshaw. 5 points tonight for Begay. Carter John coming to the half-court line. Loses the ball, picked up by Olney. Gets it to Tajirian. Tajirian in the paint, taking this shot, no good! but rebounded by Cardoza. Through traffic, takes the shot, and doesn't get the good bounce. Ball goes out of bounds. Bradshaw Mountain, or excuse me, Coconino, missing a couple of close shots there. However, the Panthers will inbound with 2:19 remaining in the third quarter. 36-27 Bears only with it. Pass out to Tajirian. Tajirian, top of the key, now moves into the paint, takes the shot, no good. Rebound by the Bears, no, it's Coconino who picks it up. As Josh Grant all over number 14 Hayden Nez, but timeout called by Coach Moran of Coconino. (36-27) the score. Bradshaw Mountain on top. Our next Bradshaw Mountain basketball live stream will be February 4th. Bradshaw Mountain will be home to take on Mojave. 5:30 p.m. tip-off for the girls, 7 o'clock for the boys. Both teams back out on the court now. Panthers to inbound. It will be Jacob Begay. Bouncer over to Cardoza. Ball tipped away. Only gets it. Now Cardoza goes for three. It's good! Manuel Cardoza, his first field goal of the night, and it's for three. And it's a 6-point game, 36-30 Bears. Long pass over to Massis to the far side. Now to Platt. Platt jumps up to make the catch. Now back to Massis. Bradshaw works it around a bit. Trip Nestor over to Platt at the far side. Now to Massis on the inside. Nestor trying to get around the defense. Now over to Carter John, and Carter John! A nice little shot for two. 11 points tonight for John. He makes it 38-30 Bradshaw. $1:19 to go in the third quarter. Tajirian going for three. It's good! Avram Tajirian with the tray, and it's 38-33 Bears. Massis bounces that one over to Platt. Platt loses it. Stolen by Coconino. Tajirian with it. Under a minute to play in the third stanza. Olney from the far side. Tajirian getting around Massis into the paint. Gets that one off to Nez. Now to Tajirian for three. No good off the backboard. Rebound gotten by Tajirian. Now Begay moving into the paint. Dishes it off to Cardoza. Tajirian. Olney moving into the paint. Running shot. No good off the glass. And the ball bounces out of bounds. Possession Bradshaw Mountain with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Danny Perez checking into the game for Bradshaw Mountain. He will take the place of Josh Grant. Nestor inbounds to Massis. Back to Nestor. Now the pass to Platt. Over to Perez. Long pass over to Massis, who grabs it one-handed. 15 seconds remaining. Bradshaw might try to work it around here for the last shot of the quarter. Platt. 6 seconds to go. Platt moves inside, takes the shot, and rolls off the rim. Rebounded by Coconino. Tajirian has it and can't get the shot off before time expires. That ends the third quarter. Bears on top, but Coconino coming back. Our score, Bradshaw Mountain 38, Coconino 33. We'll be back with quarter number 4 after this.
Okay, folks, Jason Zenzaletta here with you. at Bradshaw Mountain High School. We just had a little technical difficulty, but we are in good shape. If the stream ends for some reason before the end of the game, go back to our website at kyca.info, and we have a backup stream there. But right now it looks like we're good to go, so let's get started with the fourth quarter.
38-33 the score as we begin play here in the fourth quarter between Bradshaw Mountain and Coconino. By the way, update from Prescott High School. Badgers on top of Peoria 9-8. And a long three-pointer attempt for Begay. Misses the basket and bounces out of bounds. And here come the air ball calls by the Bradshaw Mountain student section. Trip Nestor over to John. Back to Nestor. Bradshaw Mountain working it around. Now to Massis. Carter John with it. Moving in, John trying to take the running shot. And Stiegel gets the ball and he sinks it for two. Good heads-up play there by TJ Stiegel, making it a 40-33 game in the Bears' favor. 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Begay into the paint. Dishes that one off to Nez for the shot. Rolls off the rim and right into the hands of Carter John. Trip Nestor runs into the paint. Now a pass, one-handed grab by Carter John to Banda. Massis over to Nestor at the far corner. Back to Massis. Again, Bradshaw just working it around, looking for a good shot. Working the clock. Almost lost by John. Now he gets it over to Massis. Bradshaw just peeling some time off the clock here. 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Nestor. Now Nestor moving inside. Loses the ball. Stolen by Coconino. Over to Cardoza. Cardoza one-on-one. No good off the glass as Cardoza misses the bunny, and it looks like Cardoza, out of a little frustration, clipped Trip Nestor. Now Cardoza on a one-on-one, couldn't get it through the bucket, and let his frustration show there. First foul tonight called against Manuel Cardoza. Bradshaw with the ball. Banda gets the pass over to Carter John. Far side. John under a double team. Breaks through it and gets it over to Banda. Now Banda driving the basket. Bouncer to Massis. Up off the glass. No good. And out of bounds. And Stiegel hoping that would be Bradshaw possession. It is not. Coconino has it. Hayden Nez inbounds to Olney. 5:55 to go in the fourth quarter. It's 40-33 Bradshaw Mountain. Panthers working around. Tajirian over to Olney. Olney moves inside through traffic, taking the shot. And it looks like Stiegel going to get called for a block. Stiegel, can't believe that call. And Coach Blair Hillig also not all that happy with the call either. And it looks like Stiegel and Hillig feel that ought to be a charge. That is the third foul tonight against TJ Stiegel. First free throw by Olney misses. And it's still a 7-point game in favor of Bradshaw, 40-33. Second shot by Olney. That one hits. 40-34 Bradshaw Mountain. 5:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Banda with the ball, back to Carter John. Now to Banda. Now to John, and long pass over to Stiegel. Gets it over to John. John moving inside, and now this time a block called against Coconino. That's going to go against Hayden Nez. Non-shooting foul. John will inbound. 40-34 Bradshaw, 5:23 to go in the fourth. Nestor over to Massis. Now to Banda. Banda backs out. Gets around Olney, and it looks like Olney going to get called for a foul. Four fouls here in the second half for Coconino. Second foul tonight for Preston Olney. Now Carter John to inbound. To Massis. Massis near the half-court line, gets it over to Banda. Banda setting up the Bradshaw offense, over to John. John moving inside. Trying to get around Begay. Takes the shot off the rim, no good. John gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Stiegel. Now coming in is Banda. Now Banda moves back out. And timeout called by Coach Hillig. And it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout here with the score of 40-34. Bradshaw Mountain on top of Coconino. Back after this.
Seamless gutters. We have gutters in all price ranges and gutter accessories, including gutter covers and rain barrels. Our custom gutters are better than factory because they are tailor-made for your home. Call 778-1818 for a free estimate. Arizona Seamless Gutters. Quality products, people, and service you can count on.
And we're back here at Bradshaw Mountain High School. John Rust with you. 40-34 is the score. Bradshaw Mountain on top. 4:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. Trip Nestor inbounds for the Bears. Now back to Massis. Banda trying to get around Tajirian. Moving inside in the paint. Kicks it out to Nestor. Nestor gone for three. And rattles around the rim. Rebounded by Stiegel. And Stiegel gets mugged. And it looks like it's going to be Avram Tajirian who gets called for the foul. 5 fouls now for Coconino. Bradshaw to inbound. Pass intercepted by Olney, and now it's Begay. Begay all alone in the basket, and he puts it in for two. Jacob Begay. Costly turnover there for Bradshaw Mountain. It's a 4-point game, 40-36 now. Bradshaw still holding on to the lead. Nestor moving inside, kicks it out to Massis. Now to Banda. Carter John moves in, takes the running shot. It's good! Big basket there by Carter John halfway through the fourth. It's 42-36 Bradshaw. Olney with the ball for Coconino. Now to Tajirian. Olney over to Cardoza at the far corner, guarded by Massis. Moves toward the baseline, through a double team. Dishes that one off to Nez, and Nez sinks it for two. 42-38. Bradshaw Mountain in the lead by 4 points. Pass to Stiegel, loses the ball, then picks it back up, now loses it again, and bounces it over to Nestor, and timeout called by Coach Hillig of Bradshaw Mountain. 3:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bradshaw Mountain hanging on to a 42-44 lead. And again, folks, we got more live streams of local basketball coming up for you here on KYCA.info. Coming up on Friday, it's Prescott basketball. They're on the road up in Cottonwood, as they'll be taking on Mingus High School. The girls tip off at 5:30, followed by the boys at 7. Tune into KYCA.info for all the action there. We won't be back here at Bradshaw Mountain High School again until February 4th, when the Bears and Lady Bears take on Mojave. Carter John moving inside. Now kicks it way out to Trip Nestor. And Nestor gets shoved by Olney. And the Coconino bench, the Coconino fans not happy at all with that call. 6 fouls. 3rd foul tonight for Olney. Not the guy you want in foul trouble right now. Masses with the ball for Bradshaw Mountain. Coming down to 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter of a 4-point game. Bradshaw up 42-38. Carter John hands it off to Trip Nestor. Now Massis moving inside, taking the shot off the glass. No good. Out of bounds, and possession remains with Bradshaw Mountain. Bradshaw Mountain in a wee bit of some stall ball here. They really haven't been in any hurry to take shots. Inside to John. John turns, gets it over to Banda. Banda in the paint. Now to Massis for 3. Off target. Ball loose, and Coconino gets it with 2:38 to go in the 4th quarter. Long pass to Cardoza. Now to Tajirian. Olney gets it. Now Jacob Jacoby for 3. It's good! Jacob Begay with a huge 3-pointer. And it's a 1-point game, 42-41. Carter John with it. John tries to alley-oop it over to Stiegel. He loses the ball, and Coconino picks it up with 2:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Things really starting to get dramatic here in the late goings. 2 minutes left to go in the 4th stanza for 3. Olney! No good. Who gets the rebound? John tried to fight for it, and he's the last one who touched it as it went out of bounds. Huge inbound coming up for Coconino. It'll be Jacob Begay. And gets it into Nez, and Nez puts it in for 2. Right off the inbound, Coconino up 43-42. Minute 45 left to go in regulation. Carter John with it past the half-court line. Banda with it. And again, Bradshaw just kind of taking their time here. Stiegel hands it off to Trip Nestor. Nestor driving inside, taking the shot off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Begay. A minute 24 to go in the 4th quarter. Starting to get into a nail-biter here. As Begay almost gives a forearm there to Carter John. No call, and John with the grab on Olney. And that'll stop the clock with a minute 8 left to go in the 4th quarter as Josh Grant comes in. .30-second timeout taken by Bradshaw Mountain. Again, a minute 8 left to go in the 4th quarter as Coconino has fought their way back and has taken the lead 43-42. Bradshaw Mountain's shooting has gone cold. The Bears just 4 points in this 4th quarter. And again, folks, one of the huge weapons for Bradshaw Mountain not here tonight, Nate Summit. He is gone with the flu. Bradshaw Mountain doing all they can to manage without the presence of one of their top scorers, as they have hung with the #1 team in the Grand Canyon region. Coconino looking to remain unbeaten in region play. Bradshaw Mountain looking for some last-minute heroics here to score the upset. Olney with the ball for Coconino, as Banda gives a little shove there. As Bradshaw Mountain looks like the tactic here, try to get up enough fouls and get Coconino in the bonus and get him up to the line. A minute 4 left to go in the 4th, 43-42, Coco. To Olney. And Banda fouls. 2 seconds off the clock there. 3 fouls so far for Devin Banda. And Begay to Tajirian. And I think there was a timeout called by Coconino, and it's a full timeout. Just 1 minute remaining here in the fourth quarter as Coach Moran calls a timeout as Bradshaw Mountain trying to foul Coconino to get them into the bonus so they have a chance of getting the ball back. Coconino, they are 16-5 overall, while Bradshaw Mountain 10-9. And Bradshaw looking to rebound from their loss to Thunderbird last Wednesday. Final in that one, 52-40. Bears have lost 2 games in a row. That includes the game they had against Prescott last week. Coconino, meanwhile, coming off a win over Flagstaff on Friday, 63-55, the final in that one. Coconino, they ended the first quarter up 16-14. The Bears ended the next 2 quarters on top by scores of 26-19 and 38-3. And now Coconino, they are in the lead 43-42 with 1 minute remaining in regulation. Begay to inbound. And the ball gets away from Tajirian, and it's going to be Bradshaw Mountain possession. A lucky break for the Bears. Carter John with it. 55 seconds remaining in regulation. John past the half-court line. To Banda. Now to Josh Grant. John with it on the far side. John moving into the baseline, and the ball gets knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. And that'll be a foul to Coconino. Carter John up to the line. Preston Olney, his 4th foul of the night, as Carter John with a chance to tie the score for Bradshaw. He does it. 43, 41 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Now John looking to give Bradshaw the lead. He does. 44-43. Bradshaw back on top. Coconino with the ball. Olney past the half-court line. Olney moves inside to Begay. Begay in the paint, taking the shot, and no good. Ball out of bounds. Bradshaw couldn't retain it. And it will be Coconino to inbound with 22 seconds left on the clock. 44-43 Bears. Begay. Now to Olney. Tajirian. And now a three-pointer by Begay. No good, off the rim. Bradshaw with the rebound. Grant, ball knocked away. Out of bounds. Bradshaw picks up the ball. Josh Grant. And a whistle on the play, and it looks like it's going to be a Coconino foul. And the Coconino fans expressing their displeasure at that call. And it appears it will be Jacob Begay who picks up the foul, his second of the night. This will bring Josh Grant to the line for 2 big free throws. Misses on that one. And timeout called by Coconino. And excuse me on that, that was actually a one-on-one there. Grant misses, so 8 seconds remain in the fourth quarter. 44-43 Bradshaw Mountain. Thanks to Carter John's free throws that tied the score first, then gave Bradshaw Mountain the lead. And a win like this could give Bradshaw Mountain a huge boost in the PowerPoint rankings. Again, Bradshaw coming into tonight number 18 If the season ended today, Bradshaw Mountain would be in the playoffs. They would make the play-in round. Meanwhile, on the outside looking in is Prescott High School, and they are 4 points out of a playoff position. And oh, by the way, in case you're wondering who is number one in the 4A conference in power points, well, that would be Arcadia, followed by Peoria at number 2, who's just in the next town over here, over at Prescott, taking on the Badgers tonight. Number 3 is Saul Point Catholic. Coconino, meanwhile, they are number 11 in the state PowerPoint rankings. And if you're a Walden Grove fan, well, you have my sympathies, as Walden Grove is in last place in PowerPoints at number 47. Begay to inbound with 8 seconds remaining. Olney has it. Olney racing down the court. And Devin Banda picking up the foul. And Bradshaw had 1 to give. And, of course, we call a timeout here. All aboard the timeout train right now with 4 seconds left to go. As Coconino will inbound once we resume action. It is a full timeout. Hey, folks, be sure to keep up on everything going on in the world of local sports on the Tri-City Sports Roundup every Saturday morning at 8:06 right here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, and online at KYCA.info. And if you've missed any of our Tri-City Sports Roundup shows from the past, well, you can just go to the archives on KYCA.info and click on whatever show it is you missed, including the one we had just this past Saturday with Alexa Sell, Lauren Mahan, and Lily Jensen of the number 1 ranked Prescott girls soccer team. You can also check the archives for past episodes of Healthline with Dr. David Hancock, KYCA Talks, and KYCA PM. All there for you on KYCA.info. So here we go. 4 seconds remaining in regulation. Bears up 44-43. Begay to inbound for Coconino. And he gets it into Cardoza. Cardoza turns, shoots the 3, no good. Rebound by Bradshaw. Banda has it, and Bradshaw gets the upset. 44-43, the final. Coconino no longer unbeaten in Grand Canyon Region play. What a game for Bradshaw Mountain, who gets the victory without one of their top scorers. Speaking of scoring, Carter John, 13 points tonight for Bradshaw Mountain to lead the way. Trip Nestor, he had 14 points. Well, folks, that will do it for our live stream of Bradshaw Mountain basketball. Again, the final score, 44-43. Bradshaw getting the deke over Coconino. Till Thursday, when we have Prescott girls basketball versus Tempe, I'm John Rust saying good night, everybody.